Hey, boys, we got four down.
Ready. Flag 32.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Part of the NFL experience, sports fans. Please join us down at field level after the game for the official team meet and greet for children of all ages.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Ready. 319.
Johnson on the counter. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Ready. 319.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch tight end. We got four.
Ready. Flag 32.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey.
Ready. 319.
They pick it out to Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Four down.
Ready. 319.
They'll try the air now to Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league.
Ready.
3rd and long, it's Smith. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a...
But how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
It is so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
All right, now, lucky
In this
56.
case, not so
56.
genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Detroit!
We got motion.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Smith on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there against the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
On 1st down, Smith. Being chased out left. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
To throw again. Smith steps away to his left. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 4th down, Smith. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard!
3 down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Shift.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashawn Perriman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Tucker now for the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this 1st half.
Baltimore is lined up for the kickoff.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Flag 32.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
3 down, 3 down.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Check Mike 46. Quarterback, don't.
From the gun, here's Smith. Left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
He may try to run for this. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Smith firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Slow.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped how the guy can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10.
Patriot!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Detroit!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Check!
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Check! Slam, slam, slam!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38
All
on
right, now,
2nd and 10.
Lucky 56!
Strong right, strong right.
Detroit! Detroit!
We got 4. We got 4.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hut!
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you're talking about.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Leopard! Leopard! Over! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19.
3 down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down.
Woo! You got him! You got him! You got him! Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
On 2nd down, Jackson completes it to Benjamin. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
4 down.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Four down. Check.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the
all right,
8-yard
now, lucky
line,
56,
second and goal.
lucky 56.
That is right. Four down. Check.
Play action. Now Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. In for the score. And the Ravens add on. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Shocker. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
You got 3.
To throw on second down is Smith. And now here's another interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. He was looking for Landry that time. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in the game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
Get out of here, man.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit!
Tight on the right. Hey. 4 down.
To throw on 2nd down, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
4 down.
On 3rd down, Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out, it's not the case.
The club level is an exclusive level for luxury seating and resorts. Ask for additional details and
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Gun!
3 down.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Double tight. We got three, fellas.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Two tights. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Gun!
On third down, Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional.
No.
They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Browns on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
We got 4.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Play action. It's Smith. Steps away. Now he's going to let it. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Tight end right.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. That is caught at the 7. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll try to run forward with Miller. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. He'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10.
Let's go! White 90! White 90!
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90!
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh?
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
Ready! Flag 32! Flag 32!
After the run, Smith going to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
3 down.
Ready! Flag 32! Flag 32!
Watch 55. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist. Twist.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Jackson to throw on second down. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
3 down, 3 down.
Hey, flag 32. Flag 32.
They go to Johnson again, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Hey, flag 32. Flag 32.
They toss it out right to Johnson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Here we go with Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Brandon, this is why play callers get the big bucks. This wasn't a 4th and inches call. You get into situations like 4th and 3, 4th and 4. You've got a tough decision to make. Very gutsy play here, and they pick up the 1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Ready. Flag 32.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Again, it's Johnson. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Browns on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey. Ready. 3.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Browns will be kicking off. Number 84, ready to return.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
4 down.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Baltimore, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders.